Yeah,
We're done.
Okay, so Marianne, I want you to freeze those pictures. So
that's good. Perfect.
there we go.
There we go.
Okay, I'm going to read everybody. Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Good evening. It's Tom Chenault, and I hope you are having yourself an Don't I look nice, man? My hair's all combed. I thought they said that my face didn't look so good today. My wife did, but I don't think I look too bad at all. Oh, you said I was sniffly. I knew something was wrong. I'm going to be wiping my nose and blowing my nose through the whole thing because I have a little bit of a cold. Because as you guys saw this morning, I was walking around in about 10-degree weather. I had to walk to my AA meeting and walk home because my wife wouldn't give me a lift. No, she would give me a lift. I have to walk because I am getting so portly that I have to unportly myself no matter what. So one thing about me, I know my type A personality, and if I take one day off, I take a week off. So I just can't do it no matter how cold it is or how bad I feel. So that's just the way I'm wired. I am so pumped about today. And the reason is because the first two guys I'm going to talk, I don't know how long this show is going to last. These guys have been hounding me for literally how long, Michael?
6 years.
6 years about educating everybody around money. And I owned a coffee shop in Longmont, and he came in with this test. And he said, Tom, you're a big businessman. You make a lot of money. You own this coffee shop. You do this, you do that. Take this test. So, and I came out of the brokerage business, and I was a stockbroker and a reverse mergers and acquisition guy. So I understood balance sheets and things like that, I thought. And I took this test, and I got like a 2. And I think I was supposed to get like a 98. So it proved to me that I didn't have any idea on how to really run my own life. And then I thought, if I don't, with the education I've got in accounting and all those things, I guarantee you nobody else does either. So I started listening to these guys about this game that they developed, and all of a sudden it started making sense. So I brought in this woman named Ellen Young. And I said, Ellen, she's a CPA. And I said, Ellen, you got to look at this thing too. And it was so important because Ellen Young was able to look at this thing too and say, this is the missing link. So these guys have got a little class for all of you that you can't miss on. So they're gonna, at the bottom of this, you're going to see this video. And they're such lunatics that they figured that if they made the cartoon figure look like me, I would talk more about it. So what they did was they took this great big face and they stuck a couple glasses on it that looked like my other glasses. So there's those big old, I don't know where those glasses are, but I can't find them in my desk. But anyway, it looked like me. So all the way through this thing that they're doing, you're going to see me actually going through this, showing you how to do that. So you want to watch the recording. And so they wanted to do it on a multi-level marketing basis and pay people to do it. And I said, no, because that's a bad idea, because all of a sudden everybody's going to be conflicted about paying people. And why don't you just do a crowdfunding deal, raise the little tiny bit of money that you need, get this thing launched to the industry, run it through Chris Gross and the guys at Network Marketing Time, run it through the ANMP, let the industry have it without paying people so people aren't worried about their lists getting like bastardized, and you're going to win. And these guys agreed to do that because they've got so much integrity. All they want to do is educate the world. So Michael Higgins and John Higgins are unbelievable guys. John teaches meditation all over the world. I mean, you name it, he teaches it. And then his brother is just a brilliant businessman and a brilliant educator. So we're going to spend a few minutes talking about these guys and what they're up to. And you can't spend any money with this thing. I mean, it's like no money. I mean, you can't even believe how cheap it is. and you're going to get educated on how to actually play this game and actually own your money instead of your money own you. And you need to know your money's probably owning you. And I don't want that anymore. So, hi, boys. How are you? And tell me a story. How are you?
Hi, Tom. Doing great.
You're going to have to speak up, John. I can't hear you very well.
Okay. I'm doing
So,
good to see you all.
it's good to have you aboard. Tell people about the Profit Machine, what it's all about, what you're trying to do, and what they're going to get out of getting enrolled with you guys and the education that you're going to give them.
Great. Tom, you mind if I start with a little bit of our history, like from many, many, many years ago, like 6 years ago?
Take it away.
So my brother and I are doing this together. We've been in business before together, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And it didn't work. And the reason it didn't work is because, in particular, I was a financial phobic. Now I'm a financial trainer, but we'll talk about that. But actually, our first collaboration happened at our parents' dinners parties when I was 6 and he was 13. And what would happen is our parents' friends would come over, and they'd all have a few drinks, and then they would bring us out, and we would perform. My brother would play the guitar, play the guitar, and we would sing. We had 2 songs that we learned to entertain the dinner guests, and the first one was
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon, where you gonna run to, Cinnamon? Where you gonna run to, Cinnamon? Where you gonna run to? All on that day. And the other one, we're just doing a bar of this one was Primrose Lane, life's a holiday on Primrose Lane. So the good news is they paid us. It'll never get worse than that. No matter what you do with us, it'll never get worse than that. So that's how we started. And about 24, 25 years ago, we started a business together, an insurance restoration business. My brother had a big version of it down in Phoenix, and I was a trainer doing this kind of stuff, not financial training, you'll find out, but doing this kind of stuff and loving training. And all the training I ever did was focused on how do you get people to change their behaviors. Because if you can't change your behaviors, and we teach you all about numbers and how to keep more money and make more money in your network marketing business, if you don't actually change how you behave, well, you're not going to do anything. As Tom has, I'm sure, told you a million times in network marketing, you got to change the way you think.
Most of my big money friends are still broke.
So we gotta change their mind too.
They're still broke, and that makes me crazy because they don't understand the difference between an asset and a liability.
Right.
And even if you've only got $100, you probably manage money better when you have none. It's crazy.
Exactly right.
Go.
The other thing too is this: what we train now is not just how to make money, because lots of people know how to make money. It's keeping it. That's the essence of how do you keep the money you make, because you can work a little, work a lot, make a little, make a lot, but if you can't hang on to it, what's it worth to you? What's the time worth to you? So that's really what we started doing.
And I love that, and I know, and I've got the sniffles, so I'm muting. If I go away on video, I'm blowing my nose, and if I mute my deal, it's just because I'm sniffling. But I want you guys to go through it and give these guys some idea of what it would take to get them to a point where they were financially literate enough to literally build an empire from where they are right now, because that's what they could do.
That's what they
and if you're going to grow, and this is so important, if you're going to grow an elm tree, you have to start with an elm seed. But people usually end up making all this money and then try to figure out how to rewind the clock, and they're already dead. And all of you, I just want you to take this little, whatever it costs, $20 course and get educated so you're building this thing the way you should build it. That's all it boils down to, right?
That's exactly what it boils down to. And look, what we have found over all the years that we've been doing this is that when people who are running their own business like you are, look, are you working hard? Yes. Are you working hard every day? Absolutely. And are you working sometimes harder than you're getting paid? And yes, you are, especially as you're growing your business. And so, as my brother said, as part of the program, we're going to teach you how to make more money, keep more money, work on and understand what kind of tax structure you could have in your business. Like, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. How many of you think that you might be giving more of your money away to the IRS and to taxes than you should be? How many of you think that? And how many of you wonder if you're getting all the tax deductions that you need in your business and from all the work that you do? And if any of you raise your hand, that's what we were. We were that too. Marianne raised her hand. And so what we want to do is we want to give you practical, everyday things around numbers, around what tax structure should you have for the business. And we want to make it fun. We're going to interview experts, Tom, like Ellen. We're going to interview experts like Tom or like Lance, or experts in network marketing, business experts, subject matter experts. And we're going to try to make it as interesting and as fun for you as you can, because look, you don't need to know this much about how to make better decisions in your business. You need to know this much, and that this much has to be delivered to you in a way that's fun and interesting, and we're going to do it. For example, we have a part of what we did for you, Tom, designed for you just for network marketing, called Your First 30 Days. And in those first 30 days, you're going to learn about 8 subjects that will allow you just in those first 30 days to both make more money in your business and keep more money. Because in the end, it sort of doesn't matter how much you make. It matters how much you keep. And that's really what we're going to be focused on. And I just want to say that, I used to be a financial phobic. Now I'm a financial trainer. And the reason I do this, and John and I do this, is because it's our mission in life. We think that one of the worst reasons that a business like yours can fail, and that people who work as hard as you do could fail, is because they didn't understand enough about numbers and feel comfortable enough making good business decisions to keep themselves in business and keep their money and use it before they were too old and it was too late to use it. That's what we want. We are so passionate about it. We're so turned on to making it work better for you, because we wanted to learn how to make it better for each other and ourselves, and we did. Now we want to give this very same thing to you.
Would you guys mind coming back on my radio show on Saturday with Lance Gordon and Ellen?
That would be wonderful.
Love to.
I'd love
I do this radio show. It's an hour long on Saturday, and I'll bring a couple CPAs in here to kick these guys' ass.
Yeah.
And we'll just see how good they are, so you guys can figure out whether or not they're telling us the truth or not. And it's not about doing anything dicey. It's about doing things by the book, using the laws to your advantage, paying your fair share of taxes, but using the tax code to your advantage instead of getting owned by it. And you know what really is a write-off versus being that risky person that's going, is this really going to fly, right?
Exactly right.
I love you. And you show people actually how to set the thing up so they understand what a balance sheet really is and what a cash flow really is and all that stuff, right?
Income statement is, and how do you manage your expenses in just the right way so you can keep maximum money. That's what we want to show you, all that. We want this to be practical, or we don't want it to be anything at all. We want you to use it the minute you get it, and forever. That's what we want. That's our dream.
Okay, talk about the crowdfunding endeavor, because I want these people to understand what it means, you're not, here's the deal, you guys. If you don't want to spend a penny, please don't spend a penny. I don't want you to do it. If you want to do it and you don't have a penny, I'll loan it to you. I do not want anybody doing anything. This isn't what this is about. These guys are going to raise this money in their sleep. The cool thing about this is you're going to get the first look at it. It hasn't even been rolled out yet. And you can participate in it when nobody else can. And I helped them design it. I was their voice. Denise was their voice. Marianne, before she had her cold, was their voice. And it's cool stuff. So, Marianne, put your hand in the screen. There you go. Now put that bottle of spray up there so people really knows what's going on with you. So I won't even go to the office, because I drove by my office totally healthy today. And I looked at Marianne's phone. And the next thing I know, I have a cold, because she is that contagious. So I'm not getting anywhere near her.
Yeah.
So
good. Oh, great. Thank you.
that's why I laid it on you guys.
Thank
So
Well, we've been doing this with Tom for a while, and you've all worked with Tom. But Tom, we love working with you. We would show him this great idea we had to teach something to network marketers, and you go, "Oh God, that's never gonna fly. Nobody's gonna listen to that. And Tom gives great feedback, and he gives it fast and hard. So has helped us take a program that we've been delivering for 20 years to companies, some of the biggest companies in the world, all the way down to mom and pop and one-person businesses over the last 20 years. And we came to Tom a year ago, specifically, Tom, after we did all the coffee shop stuff 6 years ago. And we said, we want to do this for network marketing. He said, I think everybody should do it. Because if they can think like business people, more like business people, keep more of their money, then they'll stay in network marketing and get all the success they deserve. So, but Tom has been relentless with us. Thank you, Tom. God bless you for that. And we're going to use the crowdfunding to specifically take the program that we've designed for the public over the last 20 years, and we're going to narrow it down to network marketing. We surveyed a number of network marketers, and they told us that there were 8 things that they wanted. And the top of the list, that's why I brought it up first, is what tax structure should I have for my business? How can I get all of the legal tax deductions I deserve? And then they wanted to know, how can I keep enough cash in my business? Then they wanted to know, how can I make more money? You told us the 8 things that you wanted. At Tom's request and his urging, we designed the program around the 8 things that you told us you wanted. So that's what we're going to do, crowdfunding.
Put over 10% of my check, which is you guys know it's a pretty good sized check. I pour over 10% back into my business each month. And a big amount of my money, our money, my wife and I, because I know that we need to do it. And I know that it is critically important to feed the business that is feeding you. But you also don't want to be stupid. And one thing you guys know, I go to consignment stores. I love great clothes. This is a very expensive shirt. It might not look at it like it. But some rich guy paid like $200 for this shirt. And then Tom Chenault walked in and paid like $30. You know, it's got a couple bullet holes in it and it smells like mothballs. But I promise you, I'm a frugal man. So I want you to know I am. So I want you to know that getting control. I don't care if you like nice things. You know, Denise and I, you know, my old Jeep is a used Jeep. It isn't like we couldn't afford a new Jeep, but we bought that Jeep that I drive every day because somebody else took all the depreciation on that. And those are all things I learned from Michael and John. They walked in that little coffee shop of mine, and most of the employees there were under the age of 25. They didn't have any idea about financial literacy. And these guys put those people in the palm of their hand and educated them. And that's when I realized that this was for us. And we've spent 6 years figuring out how to make this work for you. And now you're our test tube babies. What's it cost? I mean, can they spend any money? I mean,
yeah, no, not really, but it'll cost at the crowdfunding. Why we like it so much? It's called Indiegogo, and you go to tomscrowdfunding.com, TOMS crowdfunding.com. It's on the screen. And what'll happen is you'll hear our story. You'll see the little comic figure of Tom, which we think is hilarious and fun.
Horrible.
And horrible. And you'll get a chance to, for I think $50, they say to donate to the campaign so that we can get this designed and done and out to you in April. And for $50, you get your first 30 days, and for $90, you get the whole 13-month program. And the reason it's 13 months is we think that this needs to take a little time, that you need a little piece at a time. With this kind of subject, I don't know about you, but I was a true financial phobic. I would literally, 25 years ago, I'd sit in the accountant's office, the tax person's office, and now I'm teaching about tax deduction. And I would fall asleep. And so if you have any fear of numbers, this program is designed to deal with it, make it simple, make it easy, and do it over a period of time, a little piece at a time. And so that's what they get, Tom. They can buy a little piece of the program to try it and contribute to the campaign to get it designed, or they can buy the 13-month big banana.
Most of us are petrified to take a deduction because we're afraid that we're going to get that inevitable audit and they're going to come knocking on our door, and they're going to haul us off in handcuffs. That's almost every human being that I know on every front, whether it's coffee shops or anything else. And what they're going to get from this education is where they are safe and where they're not safe. And we want you to be safe. We do not want you skirting any laws. I love this country. I love Canada. Somebody asked if you're open, if the same accounting principles apply to Canada as they do the United States of America. And accounting is accounting. But at the end of the day, you guys, if you treat your business like a business, it's going to be a business. If you treat your business like a hobby, it's going to be a hobby. And I want you to treat your business like a business. I want you to go to that link. I want you to look it over. And if you feel like doing a $90 run for a year, I just want you to think about it. And maybe you're going to come back on Saturday and watch Lance and Ellen try to blow some holes in it. But at the end of the day, think about what that $90 might represent. How much money you could save in your business, not only on your taxes, but just the way you operate your business. But more importantly, not only your network marketing business, but your regular life, if you just had a plan to do it. And that's what this boils down to. It's such a simple, and logical transaction for you. So whatever you do, go take a look at the link. You guys, I can tell our entire audience is dozing off because you might be the most boring two people I've ever met in my life. So I'm going to send you home. No, you're not. But that's what you expect when it comes to money, right? You think they're going to be all boring. You don't think one guy's going to be a Buddhist meditator and the other guy's going to be a financial phobic turned educator. Nobody even knows what a phobic is. Nobody even knows what a Buddhist meditator is. So I love you guys, and you're my friends, and I've known you for 6 years, and we've been working on this. You happy?
Yes. Yeah, it's awesome, Tom. Thank you.
So the show on Saturday will be an hour, and we'll really tear this thing up. But I wanted to give you guys in Youngevity, because once they fund this thing, they're going to throw this deal out the window, and it's going to go back to being expensive again. So whatever you do, go take a look at it. Take a bite of it if you want for $90. What the hell? I mean, $90 is $90. I don't know what you do with $90 anyway. So, and there's no affiliate program. Marianne doesn't make any money. Tom doesn't make any money. John and Michael, who knows how much money they make. They probably already have a ton. I don't care. So I love you guys. Put Marianne in one of those chairs, and we're going to shift gears.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Leave that thing up there.
The sick one. Bye, everybody.
All right.
Bye. Thanks, you guys.
Okay. This is unbelievable. So somebody told me I was an overnight success. So I am going to tell you about overnight successes right now. So I went to work because I'm going to kind of do this speech in a few days, and they asked me to send a slide. So I'm going to show you this overnight success crud because there's no such thing. So here's the crud, I hope. No drafts in there. No drafts in there. Of course, I can't find what I'm looking for. Right there. So here you go. I wrote down all the jobs that I've had recently. Littleton Landscaping, I got fired. Jose's Restaurant, I was the dishwasher. Denver Water Company, I was the drunken security guard. Grand Junction Boys Club, I was the boxing coach, and I was the worst boxer there because all those little juvenile delinquents knew how to box, so all they did was knock my head off. Crestwood Restaurant was my first big job. I had 103 employees under the age of 18. I worked 100 hours a week, and that's where I learned contact mapping. They fired me because I was a drunk, and I went to Wilson's White Fence Farm, which was a huge restaurant. They fired me because I was a drunk. So then I went to Chicago Speakeasy. They fired me because I was a drunk. So then I decided to get in the oil business, and I started selling oil partnerships, and that guy was a criminal, so I had to get back out of there. So I went to work at a place called Dino's Restaurant, And at that place, they fired me because I was a drunk. So then my dad said, Tom, you've got to get out of the restaurant business. It's making an alcoholic out of you. So I went to a place called Denver Beechcraft because he said, go sell something to rich people. So I became a drunken airplane salesman, and that's where I learned to fly airplanes. And that was so horrible because nobody wanted to buy airplanes. So I ended up being a busboy at the Aurora Summit restaurants. And finally, I got out of there, and somebody talked me into becoming a stockbroker. And I went to a place called E.J. Pittock and Company. I was very successful there, but I was also a drunk, so they fired me. So then I went to a place called J.W. Ganton Associates. I had huge contacts, so I was really successful there, but they fired me. I went to a place called Marshall Davis. I went to a securities firm. I went to a firm called Delmar Securities. I went to a brokerage firm called J.T. Moran and Company. And I kept getting fired and fired and fired, even though I had a huge Rolodex. It was just a matter of time before I failed at it. So then I went to Amway. I got started in Amway. That didn't work out so well. No one wanted to hire me. I couldn't get a job as a busboy. I opened up a newspaper, and out of the piece of paper came a piece of paper that said, unlimited income and opportunity, no credit check, no background check. Call me right now. I called the guy right now. It was Nu Skin. It was a guy named Eric McKelvey. I said, what's this all about? He said, it's multi-level marketing. He said, I said, is it like Amway? He said, yeah. I said, I'm in. He said, I'll send you some information. I said, no, you won't. Where do you live? I'm coming to your house. I went over to his house. He was scared to death of me because I was like 400 pounds in purple. And as a result of that, he signed me up. I bought the 5 skincare kits, and we were off to the races. I had no idea what I was doing. I was signing up people right and left. As quickly as I signed them up, they quit. And I mean, the only reason they signed up was to get rid of me. I signed up more people than you would ever believe because I needed that fast start bonus. I didn't have any idea as to what I was doing. I was running them out faster than I was running them in. It was a mess, but I kept rising up the ranks. And the next thing you know, I was something called a Diamond Qualify. And that meant that I was supposed to be making ultimately $12,000 a month. And believe it or not, I was making about $7,000. But the way that I was doing it was I was buying my check for about $3,000. I was their golden boy because I was a former stockbroker who had allegedly analyzed all levels of work and chosen network marketing because it was the greatest thing in the world. But it really wasn't true. I used to live that story, but what the truth was network marketing, going back to that flyer, was the last house on the block for an unemployed guy like me. No credit check, no background check, just give them $500 and get to work. I could do that, and I did. And I was really successful in their eyes, but I knew it was just I got sober at that point too. And I knew that if I continued to live a lie and playing like I was earning $7,000 a month but spending all that money getting the check, I would go back and drink again. So I got out of there. I joined a company called Momentum, and it was a network marketing company, but the guy wasn't so honest, and he was doing all kinds of goofy stuff. So I quit. And everybody told me I was crazy. I shouldn't have done that, but it was just a matter of time before it caught up with him. So I got out of there before it caught up with him. And I went to another company called Body Systems. That was a bad idea. I went to a company called Prepaid Legal. That was a bad idea. And at the same time, I joined Youngevity, and the rest is history. But I want you to think about all those jobs. And the reason I just told you about all those jobs is show me where overnight success in that whole conversation we just had has any relevance whatsoever. I'm trying to figure out where the heck the Zoom is now, Marianne, because I can't find me on the screen. There I am. So make a long story short, am I the active speaker? Who's on the screen, you or me? I am? Okay, good. I can't. I'm not in my own eyes. I have to see more of my own face. Oh, hi, Tom. So anyway, what I want you to understand is this is not an overnight deal. I struggled. I went backwards. I went sideways. But one thing that I didn't do was quit. And I want you to think about all those things you ever quit on in your life and how that worked for you. Because I don't want you to ever quit. And I don't want you to ever think that you can't be the greatest you that you ever could be. So I want you to think about so here we are at Youngevity now. And I don't exactly, especially with this Hanky and Marianne sniffling like that and all that jazz going on, I don't exactly look like the nutrition pyramid here. I might look like a pyramid, but you don't automatically think, man, that guy's all in the vitamin business and all of that. But you know what? You get to pick your lane. You get to pick your lane in this business. And with my company, and I know a lot of people are on this Zoom that aren't in my company, so I'm not going to talk my company specifically, and don't be writing that down the side here. But there's so many different ways for me to go, whether it's coffee, whether it's chocolate, whether it's weight loss, whether it's clothing, whether it's loans for people, whatever it is, I've got something that I can choose that I can get passionate on, or I can just get passionate about the very thing that network marketing is hope. And I don't misrepresent what network marketing is ever. I don't ever tell people it's not hard work. I don't ever tell people they're going to make a ton of money. I tell them they can make a ton of money. I tell them that maybe one of these days they will make a lot of money, but I don't guarantee anybody anything. But I'm going to guarantee you all this. There's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow in this profession. If you can learn the skills and learn what you're not and capitalize on it. Now, Gary Brooks, I'm using you as an example because I love you. I think you're getting a lot of knowledge here. And I really, really think you're doing a lot of studying because I've watched you. I watch you on Facebook. I watch you reading the books. I watch you following Crisp. I watch you following John Milton Fogg. I watch you following a couple of really strong naturopathic doctors. And I think you're getting a ton of knowledge in your head. And I know a ton of people that have a ton of knowledge in their head. And then I know a ton of people, but you've got to take that education that you're getting and learn how to get it out of here and get it into the world. My buddy Chaizda Washington this morning talked about the 160 people that she brought into her business, and that she's standing here going, what do I say to them now? And I said, you go back to them, offer them a special deal, and then go to them and say, I blew it 160 times. And you were one of those 160 people I blew it on. And I love you. And I got you into this thinking I know what I'm doing. But now I know I don't. And I want to reinvent the conversation. I want to re-interview you. I want to take another run at you with all the things I've learned. I want to figure out what you want out of your business or you want out of these products. And I love you, and I'm committed to getting you that. That's all this boils down to. And you can do that. You can go back to everybody. And I am going to tell you, it happens to me all the time, where people say to me, I can't believe that I don't even like you, Tom. I can't stand you. You are the biggest jerk I've ever met in my life. And I go, why is that? Now I'm going back to my old screen. You got me in. Here's what you did, Tom, you jerk. And I go, okay, well, tell me what I did. You got me into Amway. You got me into Nu Skin. You got me into Momentum. You got me into Body Systems. You got me into Prepaid Legal. You got me into Bosley. And I just want you to know that's wonderful. Why didn't you call me when you got into Youngevity? And I go, well, because I thought you hated me. I thought you didn't like me anymore. And they go, God, Tom, I stuck around through all 43 of your failures, and you decided not to call me on the last one because you thought it would hurt my feelings? You thought you had this thing called no friends left list or whatever that thing is? You didn't honor me enough to give me the respect to let me make a decision as to whether I wanted to join you or not. It's no wonder I hate you, Tom. It's that simple. You know what I mean? It's that simple. You can't do that to people. They're 20. Gary, are you over 21? Yes. Marianne, are you over 21? Yes. The rest of you people, are you over 21? Brandon, Daniel, Beth, Brenda, and Teresa. Oh, the land of Michigan. David Vargas, Dina, Gary Brooks, Glenn Schultz, the organic farmer, Jean, Lanny, my love, Lorene, Larry McCauley, Leo, Luke, Margaret, oh, Marty Brown, Mindy Catlett, Nellie, Nicolette, Ronnie, Ryan, Sharon, Tabitha. You guys are all over 21. You can put your money up and make a decision as to whether it's going to work for you. And with most network marketing companies, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee that is going to give you the ability to look at this thing and say, I made a mistake, I don't like it. But give those people the respect to be able to make a decision. And the way that you present it is going to be the key. The way that you show people that you believe. If you have any doubt in your mind right now about my passion for longevity, about my passion for network marketing, you're out of your mind. I believe in this profession with every fiber of my body. Every fiber of my body. And I will have the integrity to tell you point blank if I don't think you're going to make it. And tell you not to spend any more money and just hang out and hope you catch it by osmosis. But I don't want your money. I want you to be successful. Does that make sense to you? I know it does. And you've got to become that kind of stand for people. And don't try to turn a customer into a distributor. That's a crazy deal. Let them make the decision. I love these products. I love these products with all my heart. I think I could make a little extra money by helping distribute them. That shifts a customer, meaning a user, into a distributor because they're distributing something. But don't call a customer a distributor until they actually distribute something. That's the litmus test with the FTC. That's the litmus test with all the network marketing companies. And I promise that's good. You can do that. What'd you say? What'd you say, Mary? What's the no mean? I work for me. Let's see what we got. There we go, Sharon. I'm looking at all your notes. On and off for 20 years.
21.
What was that, Marianne?
No, when you said everybody's over 21, Lorene said no.
Who did? Oh, Lorene. I said 21, not 121. So anyway, and what that meant was Lorene is under 121.
Right. And,
Yeah.
and I said that no wonder with all the jobs that you've had, that you have this huge list of people that you know that you've met along the way when you've had that many employment opportunities.
Nobody remembers yesterday's newspaper. Nobody reads yesterday's newspaper. They don't hate you nearly as much as you think they do. I ran in on Facebook, my buddy Ron Chubbuck. Ron Chubbuck was in another network marketing company. I go, Ron Chubbuck in another network marketing company and his wife is so successful. I've got to call him. So then I'm thinking, God, what was the last thing that happened? Ron Chubbuck was my roommate in college at Mesa College in Grand Junction when I was just a horrible alcoholic. And let me see, why haven't I talked to him? Oh, I remember now. He asked me to be the best man in his wedding. And I got drunk and forgot to go. So I didn't ever call him again or anything. I just didn't show up to his wedding where I was the best man. 20 years later, I know I have to call Chubbuck now because he's a network marketer and I want to talk to him about network marketing. And I call Chubbuck on the phone and I go, Ron, Tom Chenault. He goes, what's up, Tom? I go, nothing. How you doing? He goes, oh, I'm doing great. I'm in this network marketing company. Things are going awesome. How's it going? I go, well, Ron, I want to talk to you. I want to apologize to you. He goes, for what, Tom? I go, well, I was the best man at your wedding and I got drunk and didn't show up. And he goes, oh, no. I'm not mad at you, Tom. I wish I hadn't have gone either. he ended up, he wasn't even mad at me after all that time. All those things that you're worried about usually aren't true. So I'm just telling you, call up and apologize for whatever it was and mean it. Mean it from the bottom of your heart. And, people are going to, if you've truly changed, especially, people are going to accept that apology and know that you have another run in you. And with Chubbuck, he and I ended up being pretty good friends again. A guy called me a few minutes ago. I haven't returned his call. I just remembered Larry Schreiner. I went to high school with him. Now he's the Schwann's guy. So Larry, I guarantee you, he's got a reason to talk to me. So I'm going to see if I can get him off of Schwann's and maybe go back and reload him in a business conversation. Or if nothing else, I saw his picture. I can sure as heck help his health. He's my age, and I don't think he's 65 years old and running around on no prescription medications and walking today. Let's see how many steps I got going on here. I think you're going to be impressed with this. Ready for this? 16,845 steps. You saw how I was my heart rate's 108 right now. And my normal resting, that's interesting. That's how pumped up I am. I can't believe it just said that. I am so ramped up just talking to you guys because my normal resting heart rate's under 60.
I can't believe you got that many steps. 60.
And right now it's 108. I am, that's in that cardio range where you're losing weight. I am losing weight talking to you guys. This is unbelievable. So I am so happy. It's frightening. Wait till Sanjeev Javia, and I'm in a contest actually with Sanjeev Javia, David Rutz, Corey Gold, Luis Ariaza, and Scott Fardulas. And if you've seen 4 out of the 5 guys, those guys are Soloflex models. But the metrics are how much change you can affect between January 1st and April 1st in your overall health. It's not just, if it was just weight, I'd kill them because those guys have no weight to lose. But it's got to be complete physical health. And I love contests like that and challenges like that. So I am working the carbohydrates like a 12-step program. I am powerless over carbohydrates, and my life has become unmanageable. Step 2, came to believe that a power greater than myself can restore me to sanity. I'm not going to eat that carb. I'm like working the same steps that I work in Alcoholics Anonymous on the carbohydrates because I just want to kick the crud out of those 5 guys, and I'm going to. So how do you get it? Isn't that cool? So Ronnie, you better start walking if you've only got 1,360 steps going on. That's not many. But isn't this amazing? Isn't this webinar amazing? To be able to do this business and have so much fun doing it. To have Michael Higgins and those guys, and I hope you hit that website and bought that deal from them because those guys are great guys. But to be able to have so much fun and not make income claims to people and not make product claims to people, to just be the example is what you want to be. Gary Brooks, you can do that. Ronnie, you can do that. Nicolette, you can do that. Nellie, you can do that. Sharon, you can do that. It's that simple. What?
Well, because I worked with Michael and those guys on this program. And what I like, there's some really unique things in it that are so specific to network marketing. And I think what they were talking about was it's true. We don't handle our network marketing business like a real business. And you can put, you can calculate. It's got like ways to calculate in there, auto ships and how many new people you need. And it's really cool. So it'll be fun. So there.
Yeah, Sherry Funk, your dad is very handsome. And Lorene, I see you had a baby. That's very cute. So I'm very happy for all of you people. And huh? Unmute Lorene, let her talk. Hi, Lorene.
Real funny, Tom.
So Lorene, Lorene Williamson, you guys need to know who she is. if you don't know who she is, I'm going to go to Jackson, Mississippi and see her on January 23rd. But she is just a beast in network marketing. She's one of the biggest of the biggest of the big, and just a great woman. And I'm sure that's her little granddaughter right there. She turned off the video. Why'd you do that? I want to see that kid.
She wanted to get, this is Michaela.
Michaela. And you guys see that? What you need to see right there is every day is take your child to work day.
That's right.
That's what you need to know. And your grandchildren to work day. This business is a gift if you let it be a gift. And Michaela, you're a little rock star, and I can't wait to meet you. And just amazing. So unbelievable. I didn't know you lived in Colorado Springs, Ronnie. How come you don't go to our trainings? Yeah, or your dog or your dad. Yeah, oh yeah. How about our office in Longmont, you guys, is hilarious. I went to the, okay, so here's the orders. And I am telling you guys this from the bottom of my heart. If you don't go out to Youngevity for no reason and hang around the corporate office and see what's going on there, you are missing it. Because when you see how busy they are, and when you see how people are dialed in and working on your future, it's going to blow your mind. That's what it's going to, Chula Vista, you can't believe it. They've got people stacked on top of people, and they are working their fingers to the bone. You have to do that. Then you go to my office in Longmont, and it is completely opposite of that. Marianne has got like 4 dogs in the office. I just had to put down new carpet because of her dang dogs. And then James brings his like 120-year-old dad to work every day because his dad lives with him down in, he doesn't want to leave his dad, which I love. And I don't care because that's what this business is all about. In fact, I like his dad better than I like James. But what is so cute about this business is you get to do that. You get to be like Lorene was and bring that little Michaela to work every day. You can be like Leo Gurin. He's a guy down in San Antonio that's so plugged into some of the biggest people in network marketing in the world that you can't believe it. All you guys, I want you to reach up and grab this. Grab it with every fiber of your body because this profession is worth it. Even if you make $1 a year, the personal development and the hope and the people that you hang around with are going to be worth every penny that you didn't make. Believe it or not. And I don't want you spending money you don't have. I don't want you buying product that you don't need. I want your business to thrive and be the greatest thing that ever happened to your life. That's what I want. So, that's what's so. Agreed, Marianne? Unmute your phone.
Agreed.
So what did you just get done doing? You went to Tennessee tell people about your life that I'm not going to help you with.
I have been living.
What did you do last week?
Last week, my husband and I, we drove to Nashville, Tennessee. And we hung out in Nashville, and then we went to the Tennessee-Nebraska game, of which they lost terribly. And we got to hang out with my brother and my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and another couple. And, this is experiencing an extraordinary life that, seriously, after we had all the stuff that happened to us, we just never thought we'd be able to travel again. Driving a new car, we never thought we'd be able to afford a new vehicle again. And it's all because of Youngevity.
Be authentic for the first time in your life.
What?
Be authentic for the first time in your life. You're this beautiful blonde, all hip, slick, and cool. Right. How broke were you when we met?
I was so broke. I couldn't put gas in my car. And I used to come in and you would pay me $10 an hour so I could put gas in my car. I would wait on you and get you coffee and help you any way I could. And then I would put gas in my car and drive into Denver and drive around all day.
To a job you hated.
What?
To that horrible job doing credit card processing.
I hated it.
Tell them how many, to listen to this, you guys, how many people did you actually have to touch every day with leads in that horrible job?
I had to physically meet 40 people a day. And if you know anything about credit card processing, people would rather kill you than talk to you about that. And I'd gotten kicked out. One guy told me I was frightening him and I should leave. But I had to write on every card that I picked up, like what their machine was. And I had to fax all of that and ship it in so they knew that I really did talk to 40 people a day.
And where are you going before the trip to the Dominican Republic?
Oh my God, this is so exciting. We're flying into New York on the Saturday before, and we're going to go see a hockey game at Madison Square Garden. One of my husband's dreams.
I just saw that. And didn't you just get back from Australia?
And we went to Australia. You're making me cry.
And I know, but how long has it been? I mean, was it work? I mean, I'm hell to be around. I'm the worst boss you guys have ever seen because I'm so ADD that you do not want to come back in your next life having Marianne's job. Because what I do is I tell her to do something, and then I think I told her to do something else. So I yell at her for not doing the something else when she was just doing what I just told her to do because I'm whacked. So don't think it's all roses, but man, your life how long's it been? Not that long.
Yeah, like 5 years. Well, in the first 2 years, I just, was ordering product basically. And I kind of, like what you said, I came in as a product user and then I started, really taking a look at the business and I would never go back. I mean, I would just never go back. And so what you say when you say don't quit, that is so true. Just keep plugging along.
Don't quit. I'm begging you. And I'm going to just beat myself with my own phone. I beg her. That job she hated, she had to talk to 40 people a day and write on the cards to turn them in to get her miserable paycheck. Mm-hmm. And all I say to every one of you is interview powerfully 2 people a day and 3-way one with your upline. And at the end of a month, you've got 60 great interviews sitting there. At the end of a year, I can't even multiply that out because I'm too stupid, 480 people. So at the end of the day, think about it. 2 people a day you interview, like powerfully. They don't have to be business builders. You talk to people and find out where you can serve them, and reach up. I keep telling you to reach up. And the reason I say that is because rich people, talented people, ambitious people, they're miserable too. Something's missing in their life. And if you can figure out what's missing in their life, it's going to be money, time, or health. And you throw that, the wedge is what you have to find. You're going to be that wedge. Your product is going to be that wedge. And you hammer that wedge in and you be absolutely the best thing that ever happened to them. They're going to sense it and they're going to do anything for you and with you. They just have to sense your authenticity and your love for them. Instead of just being this crazed multi-level marketer that goes up and it's so easy to throw up on people. Don't get me wrong. I know it. I know it's so easy to be in love with these keto bars or to be in love with whatever your product is. But I promise you, it's not serving you being a barking chihuahua. You've got to figure out what they want, not what you want for them. And 2 people are going to love that. Number 1 that's going to love that is the person across the table from you. And the second one is Jesus.
Well, I think what you said the other day was, I think it was on the Hair on Fire call, and you were talking about how really when you got into network marketing, you had to look at what you needed to do yourself, how you needed to have better integrity and become more authentic. Yeah. And I think that's something even, that I was looking at, that we look at ourselves And there's such a higher standard out there. And we need to push ourselves up to that higher standard with the integrity and the authenticity and becoming just that better person who we are, because that's when this really all starts gelling together.
So the hair on fire call in the morning, even if you're in another company than mine, the hair on fire call in the morning is something you should be on. We get up every morning for 10 or 15 minutes, and it is fire and brimstone talking about what it is to be a human being. You're getting out of bed and you're raising the bar. And what struck me today was everybody's coming to the hair on fire call alone. And that's a terrible idea. You need to bring your kids, you need to bring your husband, you need to bring your friends, and you need to bring your business partners. Because I am going to tell you something. We all need to get up in the morning, and I was at my AA meeting this morning, and it was so cute. This guy was right across the room, and he said, I am such a loser. I'm sober but I'm a loser. And I got to thinking about that. And I told him right in the AA meeting he wasn't a loser. But every morning I feel like a loser, believe it or not. With everything going on with me, I'm laying in that bed at 5:45 every morning, and it's colder than a witch's. And I do not want to get out. You thought I was going to say it. I do not want to get out of bed. And I'm laying there and I'm going, I don't want to do this, man. It's 14 degrees out there. It is snowing. I don't want to pull my boots on. I don't want to walk out, and I don't want to do this. And then my brain says, Tom, don't be a loser. Go out there and talk to those people and bring it, because every one of us are in the same boat, and we need somebody to pull us with them and give them a hand up, not a hand out. And the hair on fire call is where that starts every day. And just get up. Michaela, I don't know if you're on that hair on fire. Oh, don't cover that camera, you little nose picker. I don't know if you're on that hair on fire call every day, but you should be. And Uncle Tom does say a bad word every now and then. You'll get over it. You know, when you see me in Mississippi, you can wash my mouth out with soap. But I am going to tell you that it is the spirit of the day that we become better people. And, you know, there's a lot going on in this country, from Istanbul, my friend Daniel Young, to wherever it is in the world. People are hating on each other, and I don't like that. And I know that if we love like crazy, then love more, we're going to be better people. And it starts with it starts with me, and then it starts with each and every one of you. So get up tomorrow morning, text around tonight, and get people on that hair on fire call, and then raise that bar. The reason I'm so adamant about this thing that we just talked about earlier, the profit man, or whatever the heck those guys are calling it. What's it called, Marianne? Profit something. Profit machine.
Profit machine.
23rd Life Boy. That's cool. Yeah, that's exactly right. The name of the game is I love those guys. I love the stand they make for financial literacy. I know they're on the money. If they pick my pocket for $90 over 13 months, I mean, so be it. What's that? $6 a day. I think you're going to, it's nothing. So the name of the game, I am going to tell you a secret that Steve Wallach's going to shoot me about. Speaking of $100, I'm going to try to get Eric Worre to the 20th anniversary convention. That is going to be cool. And we're going to have him come in a day early. So I am really lobbying Eric and lobbying Youngevity to pay the $1 zillion. It's, you think Michael and those guys were expensive? Multiply that by that's 90 plus 3 zeros to get him into that. 90 grand it will cost. That's what we had 90 land in my head. That's what it'll cost to get Worre there. But I'm going to tell you what, he's worth it. And if 1,000 of us at $100 to pay, we covered it. But I'm telling you what, we get trained. We get trained by the best. And we all of a sudden, we start going someplace with this business. That's what I want for you. That's what I love you guys. Let's do this. So I'm going to go. Denise isn't coming tonight, Marianne, because she's the one that gave me this cold. So I'm coming down to the office. I'm going to do our weekly opportunity meeting. You guys should be doing a weekly, even, it's a pain in the neck to do these meetings. I took every week, to do a home meeting or do a one-on-one meeting or do a weekly meeting, especially right after New Year's. It's freezing out there. Nobody's going to be there. And the people that are there aren't going to like me. And the people that are there are going to say, Tom, that shirt doesn't look that expensive. And the people that are going to say, Tom, if you sell vitamins, how come you're sniffling? And the people that are there say, if you sell the Rev, how come you're fat? I mean, all those things that little guy right here is telling me why I shouldn't go to the meeting tonight is the same reason you need to go to your meeting. You need to have your meeting. You need to be the ball. Even when you don't, the profit machine, Ronnie, wait a week. I don't know the answer to that. A week. Nobody's going to cut you out in a week. But the fact of the matter is, we got it. We got it. We can do this. But you've got to, here's the deal. I can't do it for you. I can do it with you. That's what I'm going to tell them tonight. That's my topic tonight. I'm praying a guest doesn't come tonight. What's that say? Library. Thursday library. Yeah, good. Yeah, there you go. That's what you do. And that's pretty cool. You guys are putting up cue cards now. It's very cute. How about Tom? You're really handsome. That might not be a bad one. Okay. Anyway. All right. So I love you guys. You know that. I'm going to go. I'm going to say goodbye to y'all one more time. Sharon and Ronnie and Nicolette. So this thing's scrolling. Marty Brown, thank you. Margaret, thank you. Thank you for waving there. Nellie, that's so cute. Luke, thank you. Leo, thank you. John and Cherry Funk. John, I know you're the husband, not the dad. It was just a feeble attempt at humor. Lanny, there we go. Tom Handsome. Now we're talking. Kelly Trout, thank you. Glenn Schultz, thank you. I hope you brought me some eggs. Dina Smeal, thank you. David Vargas, Brandon, Beth, thank you. I can't wait to see you in Brandon. This is it. Is that stalling? No, that's Glenn Schultz. He's looking very good. David, you look beautiful in that shirt. That's nice too. Ronnie, I'm coming down to Colorado Springs. I want to talk to you. John Finger, Lisa, you don't have any idea. Let's talk about Colorado Springs for just a second before I go. Lisa Barney, who has got like a couple 100,000 people underneath her, lives in Monument. Craig Walcott lives in Colorado Springs, who's the guy. He's on my top line. He's got the biggest organization you can imagine in longevity. He lives down there. John Finger lives down there. There's so many. Stu Hunt lives down there. Colorado Springs is Longmont looking for a place to happen. Because we've got all these, Longmont is great because we're great, because we said so. That's why Longmont's got so many people. And Denise and I were talking today about doing an influencer meeting just for Colorado and bringing Dr. Wallach in here like Lorene is doing and blowing it out, because we've got such a culture here. We want to be ground zero for longevity. We don't want it to be Luis Arriaza. We don't want it to be Chula Vista and Wallach. We don't want it to be down in Texas with Fred Van Leeuwen and all those people. We want to be ground zero on Colorado, because I think that's a healthy contest to have. Can you imagine me? Thanks, Luke. I can't wait to see you either. Can you imagine me being in a fitness contest with Sanjeev Javia, Luis Arriaza, Scott Bardulas, all those little anorexic Solaflex models that think they're so cute? I got in a fitness contest with them because I think I can beat them. I'm 65 years old. I'm older than their parents, and I think I can run them down. Why? Because I have to believe that. I believe longevity. I believe Colorado Springs can be ground zero for longevity. I believe that. And now I'm coming out to Charlotte because those FDI longevity people, I got to thinking about the exodus of all the managers, you know, of Andrioli and Andre and all those people. And I got to thinking, you know what? They deserve a seriously badass upline to go back there and grab it back. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to help. So I'll come to Colorado Springs whenever. I can fly my little airplane down there anytime. So I love you. What, Marianne? What are you doing? Why were you waving? What'd you say? Telling me to wrap it up?
No, I want to go to Colorado Springs too, because I got some people.
Throw you in. I'll throw you in the back of the plane.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. It's been a great, great night. Go look at the Profit Machine. I double dog dare you. I agree with you. I love you guys with all of my heart. What's that thing? Glenn Schultz is showing something.
Something I get.
Before picture of me. All right, you guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for letting me have an hour of your life. You're the greatest. Bring more people to the Zoom next Tuesday. I'm going to bring Bob. Bob Chris doesn't have any idea what I've got in store for him. John Milton Fogg doesn't have any idea what I've got in store for him. They're both on the East Coast. The price of poker is going up. Here we go. Love you guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Come on. Glad. Bonnie.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.